We've covered a bunch of electric delivery vans promised by startup companies ranging from Rivian to Canoo, Bollinger to Edison Future, and Indigo to RE Automotive and more. Now here's one from a self-described anti-startup. More than half of all Class 3 through 5 square-bodied, riveted walk-in vans on the road were built by Spartan Motors and its successor company, the SHYFT Group, often badged as Utilimaster. When SHYFT decided it was time to shift to electric power, it mounted a search for the ideal e-chassis to bear its bodywork. But no company had an offering that promised the capacity, the frame rail spacing to accommodate existing battery packs, and the established reputation they required. So it decided to design one in-house, with lots of help from the supplier community. The thoroughly modern result is the 2023 Blue Arc electric van, which breaks some new technical ground. We just took one for a spin. Dana e-Axle. Dana sells tons of axles in the Class 3 to 5 space already, and now it offers a Dana S110/130 axle with its pumpkin modified to accept a permanent magnet radial flux electric motor rated for 322 peak horsepower, 194 horsepower continuous, and 8,500 RPM max. Rather than mounting with its shaft where the drive shaft would have entered, the motor is mounted parallel to the axle, so it drives the axle ring gear directly via a double reduction helical gear train. Eliminating the hypoid gear required to turn the power 90 degrees boosts efficiency by 3 to 4%. The downside, of course, is added unsprung weight and exposing the electric motor to all the shock and vibration experienced by the axle, but an aluminum center section helps with the former, and additional mounting bolts and other hardening of the motor copes with the latter. A typical leaf is mounted with a drop shackle on one end to accommodate the extension that naturally happens as a bent leaf straightens out during compression, but the Blue Arc design does away with these shackles, hence the over-constraint. This permits the leaf to employ a unique shape that, along with a variable cross-section design, gives it its variable spring rate. The Blue Arc's leaf isn't bent in a simple parabolic arc, rather, the rear mounting end bends dramatically down almost 90 degrees to the mounting eye. The cross-section of the leaf also varies, its thickest where the axle mounts, thinning toward the chassis mounting ends. Without a shackle, the over-constraint causes the spring steel to bend near that 90-degree turn, increasing the rate as it does. The result is a constant, and more comfortable, ride rate as the load varies. Other significant suppliers. Akebano brakes feature two-piston sliding calipers front and rear, incorporating an electric parking brake function that uses an electric screw jack to actuate the main service brake pad, not a separate brake. Bosch provides the electric power steering, Modine handles the entire thermal management system, and Proterra is providing the NMC lithium-ion battery pack modules. Two 164 to 240 kWh packs are expected to meet the range needs of various customers, with the Class 3 version traveling at least 150 miles at 50% payload. Their 800-volt architecture allows DC fast charging to top the batteries up in 2 to 6 hours. The van itself. Despite the fact that Rivian put a lot of effort into its Amazon van design, it could be argued that customers of last-mile delivery vans don't likely prioritize styling. This new Blue Arc van will never be confused for a Utilimaster, though. Instead of assembling the body using exposed rivets, the Blue Arc's construction is all aluminum extrusions with bonded exterior panels, a one-piece curved glass windshield, and an Aeroslick front fascia and cap. All lighting inside and out is LED. And thanks to the market's chronic labor shortage, last-mile delivery companies are now prioritizing driver comfort and creating a more pleasant workspace. The Blue Arc's cockpit represents a vast improvement in ergonomics with improved HVAC, 360-degree cameras, a touchscreen-controlled JBL sound system, and a driver monitoring system. Perhaps most important, the sliding side door and roller door in the back work easily enough to imagine entering and exiting hundreds of times a day. A high degree of modularity will ease the task of configuring the Blue Arc to be a shuttle van, a mobile office or command center, or even for recreational vehicle duty as a tiny home. There's also an optional solar roof panel said to be good for 1 to 2 kWh worth of bonus power for running ancillary accessories. How's it drive? Like any electric vehicle, it whooshes off from a stop smartly, though the mass and aero profile quickly checked that initial exuberance. It was easy to acclimate to, thanks in part to the 360-degree camera images on the large HD displays plus the proximity sensors. Is it as cool as a Rivian Amazon van to look at and drive? We didn't get to sample the ride quality much on our limited SmoothTrack drive, but it's clear this is no penalty box. When and how much? Production is scheduled to start by July 2023, with orders being taken now. The Randy Marion Automotive Group, a dealership group, has already ordered 2,000 of them. Pricing is expected to run from $165,000 to $185,000, tiny house upfit costs not included. Thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel.